Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I do hope and pray this message finds you and your loved ones peaceful, safe, and thriving. And this morning, I want to share with you a question that I often ask myself when I'm going through a difficult time. And to be real honest with you, this last few months has been a very, very difficult time for me, just trying to figure out how it is that I can navigate each and every day with faith. And I know I'm not alone in that. There are millions of people across the planet who are going through the same exact thing I'm going through, and you may be possibly going through it as well. And you know what's been interesting? I've been asking this question of myself, which has been a beautiful way to kind of do I like to say, a loving self-care intervention. And it's really beautiful because it really stops me in my tracks, helps me to kind of step back and look from a different place. Here's the question. If you are being accused of being a spiritual, faith-filled human being, would there be enough evidence to convince you, not to convict you, but to convince you? Would you have enough evidence in your present life with your declaration and your demonstrations of faith that you actively put into your life? James, my dear friend, would there be enough to convince you? And you know what's been beautiful? More and more I'm realizing, yeah, there is. But sometimes I forget to take a good look. And here's what I want to share with you the practice of today. And I believe this is a group that's very committed to spirituality and human potential and personal growth and love and kindness and compassion and all the things that we know are what's necessary right here and right now. But how often do we begin with ourselves? You know, that's the challenging part, right? You know, I've been around enough good givers, people who are awesome at giving to others, but when it comes to themselves, it's one of the most challenging things they have to work on each and every day. And there's a beautiful opportunity, right? Because I'm a big fan of affirmations because I know the science behind affirmations. You can use affirmation, you can use intention. But when we say affirmations and we set intentions, we literally are building proteins in our brain called neuropeptides, which basically they are building blocks for the success, the experiences, the demonstrations, the love, the light, and the peace that you intend to have in your life. And here's what's most important to remember is that once you set that affirmation, once you say that intention, once you utter or encourage that prayer, then you have to take action. Because sitting and waiting to see whether or not your faith will be demonstrated isn't up to God. It's up to you to meet the universe. It's up to you to join in the spirit, the divine, the absolute channel of God to make sure that you have a representation for your faith. You have representation in the full-on demonstration. And I know because I have been around long enough on the planet to realize one of the most insidious forms of self-sabotage is being partially committed to your spiritual path. Partially because I remember times in my life I was just awesome at prayer. I was awesome at setting intentions. I was amazing. The most beautiful and eloquent affirmations. And I'd be like, okay, I'm ready. Where's the demonstration? Well, the demonstration comes when you start doing this, James. When you start moving towards what it is that you want to be manifesting in your life, what you want to see as a demonstration. If you want to see a demonstration of peace, of compassion, of kindness, of love, inclusivity, of heaven on earth, then you know what, James? You step in and take action and be the demonstration of those things. It's the most important part of the spiritual journey here on earth. People cannot intellectualize what it is that they want to spiritualize. They have to be spiritual and then put it into action. The affirmation to the action is the demonstration. The intention to the inspiration happens through the action. Isn't that just one of the most beautiful demonstrations that you could give yourself today? Come back to that question. If you were looking to be fully convinced as to whether or not you absolutely needed to see and or already presently being a demonstration of faith, would there be enough action to give you that demonstration? Would there be enough to tell you absolutely your faith is alive and well? This is a time where heroic levels of healing are necessary. But please, please, please do not start out there. Start in here. Set an intention, say an affirmation, put a prayer into action, and be the witness of watching yourself be the demonstration. It'll change everything. Our self-esteem, which sounds so simple on some levels, right? Like, is that spiritual? You better believe self-esteem is spiritual. Self-confidence, is that spiritual? Oh my gosh. Confidere is the Latin of confidence, and it simply means a deep, boundless, abiding faith in one's ability to demonstrate one's gifts and one's talents. Confidere, faith, love in action, in you and as you, beginning with you. Much love, all the blessings. I believe in you. Have an awesome day demonstrating you. Peace and love.